CLIONAE introduced the enchantment moves, which makes CLIONAE one of the best pivot supports in the entire game, although you would be dead wrong if you thought it was passive. Because of its huge range defense stat and stratagem, yeah, it kinda nukes too. Okay then, hopping into the first battle, and I see a lot of range attackers. Yeah, CLIONAE is gonna put in work this battle. Okay then, let's just lead off with Gargoylem, try and get some barbs down. Not sure if they're gonna let me, but that is a Wendelin. Wendelin's a melee attacker, we should be fine. Also, I don't really have like the best switch-ins for Wendelin. I mean, Charonyx might be able to, but probably want to near enchantment up first. Okay, Wendelin just clicks fade away. That's completely fine. I'm gonna get one layer of barbs up. They're most likely gonna go into Stratosaur here. Nope, Himber. Okay, Himber could have mudslides. You gotta be careful though, because we really don't want to deal with Ice Hammer, but Himber is most likely, realistically, just gonna go for Icicle Chops here, if I had to assume. We could try and go CLIONAE. We have like not that much melee defense though, so not the greatest idea. So I think honestly we just click Driving Force expecting Icicle Traps. Nope, they actually just go for the Ice Hammer. That is gonna hurt. And it actually just takes us out. Okay. Yeah, I didn't really know what to do in that situation, because if I went for Icicle Trap, I was completely screwed. I can't exactly go back into my Gargoylem. Here, I guess we could just go into Tatab. I mean, just hit this thing really, really hard. We always go for Timber Thrash slow, just so we can actually hit the Wendelin if it wants to switch back in for whatever reason. I guess expecting a Jungle Jutsu. Okay, we go for the withdraw into Metronet. Yeah, this is gonna hurt. I did not click a Brawler type move. Okay, yep, I ain't gonna complain about that. We definitely outspeed you. We're boots. There's no way you don't know that. So yeah, I think we just take out the Metronet now and we just don't worry about it at all. Yep, not gonna complain about that. So I think they actually had 3 potential Soul Bursts: Metronet, Stratosaur, and a Ruptidon. I'm gonna go on a limb and say it's a Ruptidon Soul Bursts. There's a Wendelin. We should know that this is Bootslan if it's switching in on a Tatab that they already know is Boots. So I think we could just go into Charonyx here. Mega Chomp is gonna hurt quite a bit low. Here, let's see. Hopefully go for Fade Away. Nice. I'm immune to that. Okay. I'm not immune to Dazzling Barrage, but because they don't know what ability I am, there's a good chance they're probably not going to click it. They kind of have to click Mega Chomp until they see my Reaper ability activate. Unless I guess they just want to like test it, see if I am. But here, I think we just go for Nova Blast. I don't think they had any Plant type Loomian. Stratosaur. This is going to do a good chunk. We're a very offensive Charonyx. Yep. Nice. Okay, we don't really want to have Stratosaur hit us, because Stratosaur is definitely faster than us, so let's try and avoid that. Charonyx is my only switch in now for Wendelin, so let's go CLIONAE here. Let's get a near enchantment up, and then we can decide what to do from there. We can't really like do that much to Stratosaur. Stratosaur itself is also very range bulky, and even though CLIONAE is also very, very range bulky, because we have Stratagem, we can actually hit very hard because it uses our range defense stat and its stab. So honestly, if I clicked Stratagem here, Wendelin would have died. Would have just died. Kind of, unfortunately, I didn't, though. Okay. I know this is a really, really dumb idea, but I'm just going to click Stratagem because I think I actually live a hit from it no matter what anyway. Although, let's switch out. Yeah, I'm completely fine with this. Himber hits a lot less than Wendelin does, since he can't hit a super effective, so we can just keep putting on the pressure for Himber. I am completely fine with this. They go for the withdraw, probably back into Stratosaur. Nope, Ruptidon. Yeah, I mean, this has Dark Surge, but we have a huge range defense stat. It doesn't really matter. It does over half of its health. Yeah, CLIONAE is pretty scary. Isn't just a passive, like, support user. It, like, has some of the best support in the game, with, like, Near Enchantment and Fire Enchantments. I'm running Near Enchantment. You could switch it out for Fire Enchantment. You could even drop Stratagem if you want to run, like, double enchantments, but I'm running Fire Enchantment specifically for Glissadia. Glissadia is a really, really good like piece of mind spammer, but its melee defense is complete garbage, especially compared to just normal range defense without investing into it, so makes it a lot easier for Glissadia setup, or just something similar to the sorts. But yeah, if you want to like run a bulk up spammer, you could run Fire Enchantment instead. Then we've got Rejuvenate to keep myself healthy, Dissipate, the best support move in the game, basically, because it just lets you pivot for slow without having to, like, drop your speed at all. So, yeah. And then, because we're not even passive, we got Stratagem. Oh, yeah, you're expecting me just not hit that hard? Well, you'd be wrong. Like, this Eruptodon switching into a Stratagem wasn't the smartest decision, was it? Was not the smartest decision. Okay, Stratasol is back. Well, that's fine. You're most likely going to go for Perch. I think we just go for Rejuvenate here, just to keep myself healthy. I'm not trying to take any risks. Oh, it's Stratasol Soul Burst. Okay. To be honest, I was kind of expecting a Eruptodon, and I was kind of hoping it would be a Eruptodon, just so I can just get rid of their Soul Burst. Unless they're mentioning it, Eruptodon and Stratasol all have the Soul Burst item on them, and they just choose which one to Soul Burst in the battle, which would be kind of funny. I'm kind of hoping that isn't the case, though. Jetstream, it did a decent amount, but yeah, now we're back to full health. I want to try and go for a rest. I don't think it's the smartest decision, to be honest. Fortunately, I didn't bring my Meditoad to this battle either. That would have been pretty nice to bring, because we just resist all of Stratasol's moves, but that's fine. I'll just go for the Dissipate. They do go for the Magnify, but here we can just go into our Tatab. We should be able to KO the Stratasol. It loses a lot of its overall bulk, so I hope we'll be fine. I really, really hope. I think we just want to click Timber. It should just do more, and it should hopefully knock it out. Nice. Unfortunately, though, our knee enchantment did wear off. It has been 6 turns because we're running the secret ability in CLIONAE, so it gets extended 1 extra turn. So yeah, there's Himber. Honestly, I think Tatap can just clean up the game, but I'm not gonna let it do that, because I really should keep it just to deal with... Oh, no, Wendell now speeds me. No. I should definitely just click Timberfresh again here. I'm surprised I went into Himber and not, your... Wendelin. I literally just said the name. I don't know how I forgot about it. Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't go into Wendelin. I mean, yeah, I could have gone into my, why am I forgetting the name so much? I'm like always looking at them, I forget the name. I could have gone to Charnex, but still, you just kind of sacrificed your Himber for kind of no reason. I'm going to go for the weight. I mean, I'm definitely going to get knocked out. Fade away. Nice, but we get to waste a little bit of their energy. Now, we could go into CLIONAE. I don't think I live a hit from it, but I kind of want to just hope that I do, and I just hit it. Because we don't have an enchantment up below, I think we actually get knocked out by it, like 100%. But we do get to waste a little bit of energy, so I'm mostly completely fine in doing this. And yeah, it looks like that definitely knocks me out. If I had the... Oh, critical hit. Even if I had the near enchantment up, I definitely would have died. So, yeah. Well, I guess it didn't matter. It's fine, though. CLIONAE did a really, really good job in this battle. Let's just go for the Nova and take out the Wendelin. I think it's actually out of energy now, so I ain't complaining. But yeah, I definitely think this is Boots. Doesn't have enough energy. That's fine. And foiled. Yep, I'm sorry about this, Wendelin. You're really, really cool, but I can't let you just sweep me, okay? I just can't. Okay then, hopping into the next battle, and oh boy, they have a lot of range attacks, and they're on CLIONAE. I don't really want to switch into Gargalon Speed. They could have slopped down. Okay, I'm gonna assume Gargalon Speed's lead? Yeah, okay. Well, I led with Glissadia because Gargalon has got Provoke now, and Speed will always be the defense form since I'm so slow. We can just go into Glissadia here, and I think we just throw off a Deep Freeze. This will do a lot of damage to the Gargalon Speed anyway, most likely Clutch it, but it just prevents like CLIONAE switching in for whatever reason, if it wants to try it. I don't think it will, though. You're really gonna provoke a Glissadia? Why? I mean, you probably should have known I wasn't gonna click Peace of Mind, because I definitely know you have Clutch it, and I mean, there is a chance you have Driving Force, so why would I want a Peace of Mind on something that could just force me out of the battle anyway? But sure, I'll go for Deep Freeze again, low. Okay, they got 1 layer of Barbs up. They could have got 2 layers down, I'm just saying, but I ain't gonna complain about that. And now that your Gargolem's down, I can easily remove the Barbs and get my own Barbs up. And as long as you don't have, oh, what's the Loomian called again? Yokomaru, I don't think you can get rid of mine either. Okay, CLIONAE is a little bit annoying for Glissadia since it just kind of completely walls us, but we have got CLIONAE, although they do go for the withdrawal immediately into Ikazune. This is a little scary. Again, if it's the Magnifying one, it is really, really scary. If it's just the Boots one, we can actually take a Thunderstrike and Zip Zap fairly well. I want to go for a Near Enchantment, but honestly, I don't even know if it's worth it. I think the only thing they have to hit me or as a melee attacker is a Coloss and I guess Dokumaru, but it's not super offensive. I guess I'll just go for a Stratagem just to hit something. I mean, yeah, CLIONAE is so tanky, even like super effective moves on the range side. I just kind of like tickling CLIONAE, to be honest, like not doing that much. Okay, I'm assuming their own CLIONAE? Nope, into Celesting. This is fine. We can just go for a Rejuvenate here and just get all of our health back. Ain't gonna complain about that. Hopefully the Celesting doesn't set it. Oh, it's another Barb user. I forgot that this thing has Barbs as well. Why do you have so many Barb users? Why? Why do you have so many of them? Well, I guess we'll go for a Near Enchantment then, just in case they did bring the Aklos. Might as well set it up against something that doesn't really do damage to us. Although I also can't really do damage to it. So now, we just go for the Dissipate. Or do I want to rest first? Yeah, let's go for the rest. Since we're already in against something that doesn't really do damage to us, we might as well try and get all of our energy back, right? And they go into Ikazune, which again, we already know that this thing doesn't really hit us that hard, so this turn, we can just Dissipate. Although, actually, you're probably gonna go for Zip Zap again, right? I think we can just hard switch into Garagolem, because if I Dissipate, because I always goes last, I mean Zip Zap's gonna go first. If I just hard switch into Garagolem, I am immune to Zip Zap, we waste some Ikazune's energy, and now I can go for a Mudslide, because I don't think they had any air types. At least I don't think they did. I'm just gonna click Mudslide. I'm not gonna think about it too much. Okay, there's the withdrawal into Char Onyx. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, bye-bye. This definitely has a Frost Beam. We could also go back into CLIONAE, I think. It just depends if it has Magnify. Magnify is... we don't want to deal with a Magnify sets. That's fine though. I think we go CLIONAE because we don't have like the best of switch-ins for Char Onyx, so we will only use our CLIONAE as like a pivot to go into something else that can hit Char Onyx very, very hard. But because it has Health Amulet, we can probably assume it is Prismatic, like a more bulkier one maybe. Could also be like a bulky offensive one. We could click Stratagem here just to see what it does. And because it doesn't have like a healing move, it's going to take a long time for it to get its health back from Health Amulet, so might as well try and just do damage to something, right? But it's back into Celesting. We probably should have just predicted that, to be honest. Okay, our Near Enchantment wore off. I don't honestly think there's any real point in clicking it. We've seen Ikazune, Celesting, and Ikazune, Onyx. I don't know which one I said twice. So yeah, I think we just Dissipate, just try and go into Tatab here. We could also go back into Gargolem. I just don't really want to keep seeing the Onyx switching in constantly. I guess we could also go Metronet here, but I want to save Metronet as like a late game sweeper if Glissadia isn't going to do much because of the Celesting. But we might as well go into Metronet now, honestly. Because Ikazune is probably Boots, it probably outspeeds Metronet anyway, so I ain't trying to get caught off guard by a Fire Breath to the face. Is it worth a Soul Bursting? Not really. I think we just throw off a Dark Surge before we Soul Burst. We don't want to Soul Burst yet because if we can't get rid of Babs later on, we can use Metronet's normal ability to constantly keep switching in and just being completely immune to them. So we might as well just scout out, do a little bit of damage. We can probably assume that Char Onyx is going to switch back in low if I had to guess. Or Celesting wants to 1v1 me, potentially. Oh, okay, it looks like Char Onyx isn't switching in, so Celesting wants just 1v1. Okay, that's fine. Actually, I think if I Soul Bursted, this would have died because we do get a little bit more range attack and we're not running an item. But that is fine. We can probably throw off a Psycho Blast. It definitely knocks out the Celesting, and if Char Onyx switches in, I hit it for neutral now, not resisted. And it's Ikazune. That's fine. I think Psycho Blast actually does a little bit more damage, so I'll take it. You're definitely going to go for a Fire type move, so I think this time we go back into CLIONAE. And I don't think we throw off... Actually, you're gonna zip zap, aren't you? Yeah, you're definitely gonna zip... Oh no, fire breath. Okay, never mind. I still think this is a boot user. So I think now I just go for a stratagem and we just hit something. Celesting, if it switches in, just dies. Ikazune, if it stays in, just dies. Onyx takes a lot of health. I would love to go for Rejuvenate, but we have to put on some damage onto something. And that is Celesting. Okay, Celesting is down. So now we can basically spam Stratagem as much as I want, since I don't have a resist for it anymore, which is huge. Okay, there's the Char Onyx. You're most likely going to go for a Spectral Burst or Magnify here. Don't really want to take any of them, to be honest. The issue is, though, I don't have a switch in for this. Like, Glissadia could switch into a Spectral Burst, I guess, but then I don't want to take a Nova Blast. Actually, I don't want to take any of the moves. Same for Tat-Tab, unless it's clicking Nova Blast, I guess, which I don't think it is. It's definitely Spectral. I guess Gargolem has done its job. I don't think they have any other melee attackers. Probably a dumb idea. I really don't want to think like a Magnify low. Yeah, I think I'm going to switch out. I think I can actually take like one hit from Char Onyx, a Spectral Burst, but I don't think there's any point to risk it right now. We might as well try and waste some of Char Onyx's energy, right? Also, that range defense drop was not necessary, man, in the slightest. Now, do I go for my own layer of Barbs, or do I go for Mudslide? I think I go for Mudslide. I think I'm faster than Char Onyx, right? So I should be able to get rid of the Barbs. And now that their Celesting and their Gargolem speed is down, surely they don't have another entry hazard, right? Surely. Also, they chose to go for Rescue, which honestly is a really smart play. I was kind of wanting to waste their energy, and they knew that, I guess. That's fine, though. Gargolem defense, even though it's super slow, Char Onyx is way slower. So we get like one layer of Barbs down. And I'm actually surprised they're just spamming Spectral Burst still and not using Frost Beam. And because they did that, I get to click Barbs again. Wait, do they not have Frost Beam? I swear they click Frost Beam early, unless I'm just living in a world of fantasy and that's just what I wanted them to click. Oh, they have Ghosts! They have Ghost, no wonder why. Okay, yeah, it's defensive. Not gonna lie, kind of forgot Char Onyx had that. Even though I give things moves, I don't use Char Onyx that much, and I don't really like battle against that many of them. I guess we'll go for Empathize here, Len. They go for the rest, that's fine. We should do a little bit of damage. Can you just, like, hail me already, man? Okay, that does no damage. I thought it would do a little bit more. No, Char Onyx has, like, 50 base health. Yeah, it has, like, next to nothing already. Okay, they went for the withdrawal. We got one layer of Barbs down. Let's go. And hey, they do have Aklos. We gotta be careful because ice water coverage for stab, but could have Gnarly Gash, so CLIONAE is gonna get hit really, really hard. I think he would just go for the driving force, because we don't want this thing drudging. I don't really care if this thing ice hammers us. We just don't want it to. Oh, it's actually Brown Boost, not drudge. But yeah, we don't want it setting up, so let's just false it out. Hopefully, Ikazune? Ikazune? No, it's Char Onyx, isn't it? Oh no, that's the Ikazune. How you doing, man? How you doing? We could go for Mudslide here, I guess. Just to hit the Char Onyx, but if I'm gonna predict that, I might as well just Pad Switch, right? Which, probably would just be... I wish I had a Provoke user right now, to be honest, or a Deja Vu user. That would be so nice. I don't have any Provoke on my team low. I guess I'll just go for Mudslide just to do damage to something, and there's a Char Onyx. Yeah, I guess that's fine. I'll do a little bit of damage. Now, are you gonna hit me, or are you gonna go for a Gust again? I kinda wanna expect Gust, so I wanna switch out. It's just... Ooh, if I'm wrong, it's gonna hurt. If I'm wrong, it is going to hurt. Okay, let's go into Metronet. Yeah, we could go into Glissadia, but I feel like Glissadia is a little bit better to keep, to be honest, because Metronet can weaken the Char Onyx, and then Glissadia can probably finish it a lot easier. I guess we could have done it the other way around, but I think it's whatever. We could also go for the Soul Burst now, since we want to hit this thing as hard as possible. Now then. Oh wait, Char Onyx doesn't resist Dark. I said earlier that, oh yeah, Cycle Blast will hit Char Onyx harder, which I guess technically is true, but I said Dark, it resists it. I'm a complete idiot. I have my own Char Onyx on my team. I don't know why I forgot about that. It is neutral. But yeah, I guess I was right. Cycle Blast still hits it harder. But here, I think Sinister Shackle just hits it harder, so let's just go for it. Although, thinking about it, I guess we could have just gone for a Psycho Blast just so we could have got like a potential range defense drop. That probably would have been better, but it is what it is. I'll do some damage and then go into Glissadia to finish it off because, yeah, this CLIONAE is annoying, okay? Oh, that's pretty good damage. Nova does knock us out, but that is fine. And now, oh, Reaper, it's not Prismatic then, okay. I think Glissadia can still knock it out, especially if I click Frostbeam, there's no way this thing is living if Metronet did that much to it. Although, actually, if I click Frostbeam, Aklos can switch in. Gotta be a little bit careful, but because we know it's Brawn boost, we don't have to worry that much. Tatab can always just revenge kill it. So yeah, I'll go for Frostbeam. I guess I was a little bit too scared to switch out, because if I did click Draco Beam, Ikazuni would die, and the Aklos would take a lot of health, since it isn't really range tanker. Yay, what's up Ikazuni? You're most likely gonna go for Flash and Flee, maybe? I'll just go into my CLIONAE, kinda hoping you just click Fire Breath low, but I don't think you are. Yes, Flash and Flee. It won't do anything to CLIONAE, but Aklos will 100% knock me out with a Naligash. We could expect it to click Brawn Boost low and just go for a pivot, to be honest. We could also just hard switch into Gargolem, because Gargolem isn't super useful here anymore, so I think we'll just do that. We'll hard switch into Gargolem, just sacrifice Gargolem. I'm kind of hoping for an Naligash. Nope, Brawn Boost. I could have gone for Stratagem or Dissipate, but that's fine. So then, because it looks like this thing doesn't have Drudge, imagine if it had Brawn Boost and Drudge, that would be terrifying. But yeah, because it can't boost its speed in any way, our attack can just get rid of it for me. So nice. Yep, nice. Okay. Jungle Jutsu is probably the smarter play to click, just so the Ikazuni can't switch on a Timber Thrash, but I don't think it matters. I'm also boot, so I definitely outspeed it, so Timber Thrash just does more damage. So let's remove the Aklos. Let's get it out of here. There we are. This might not actually one-shot it. Oh no, it does. Tatab just hit so freaking hard, but Aklos has got a very respectable melee defense stat, so I was a little worried, but there's also no need to worry about that. And now I think Ikazuni is the last Loomian you have, so let's have CLIONAE get a knockout, right? Fire Breath, yep. And you only have enough energy now for one more move, and I'm pretty sure you're boots, so you should just be locked into Fire Breath now. So let's go for Stratagem, and yeah, it just knocks Ikazuni out. Then CLIONAE is pretty fun. Pretty fun. Water Mind Load, defensive-wise, not a huge fan of like some Loomians like Spirit and Darks, but I mean, I'm not complaining. Jumping into the set then, we're running 200 health TPs and 200 range defense TPs, and on top of that, a very clever personality to be as range bulky as physically possible. 20 energy TPs at level 50 will give us a grand total of 254 energy to use, which will let us go for 1 near enchantment and 4 rejuvenates, or you could replace 1 rejuvenate with a dissipate and a stratagem, and then the 80 melee defense TPs are leftovers. Also, I might as well mention it here, but for the personality, I'm running Frail and Clumsy because we aren't using our attacking stats at all, but you could run Sluggish with 0 speed UPs if you want to make sure that you're the slowest CLIONAE, so you get to dissipate out second if you really wanted to, or you could also do the opposite and take some of the leftover TPs and look for some potential speed creeps that might be scary for you. Then for the held item, I'm running the Energy Orb, which will let me spam a lot of my moves, although you could switch us out for something like a Health Hamlet, Milkshake, or even Heavy Shield if you wanted to. For the ability, I'm running the secret ability Persistence, which is a brand new ability and it will extend near and far enchantment by 1 turn. And then finally for the moves, I'm running Dissipate as our pivot move, which is also in negative priority, so yeah, it's kind of like the best pivot move in the game. Near enchantment as our support move, which could also be switched out for fire enchantment depending if your team needs a melee or range boost. Rejuvenate keeps us healthy, and then the last move I have is Stratagem to also deal a huge amount of damage with our range defense stats. Although there are some other options like Deja Vu, Gust, or even Peace of Minds.